Ahoy, me hearties! Space Pirates inbound. Today we're looking at the pre-orders that go up on March 7th and will be available March 21st. This is Space Pirate themed as well as some other 40k items. The first thing on the list is the Twin Lance. This is the new Tau heroes with the Tau battle suits. Interestingly painted here. I like the sort of offset paint scheme, right? Half blue on one and then the other half blue on the other. It comes with two little drones, which are typically used as markers now, but may have some use. I believe there's still a few units that make use of the Tau drones as a part on the field, as opposed to a marker. I could be wrong on that. I don't play Tau, and there aren't very many locally, so I don't have a ton of experience with this army in the current edition. I like the sort of Japanese chrysanthemum style shield here. Fusion blaster and ion scatter cannon. Okay, that's interesting. Next, we have a Votann hero, Barrack Stornbrow, who comes with a pick hammer and also holding an orc head. That's a nice looking hero. Interesting cybernetic implant maybe here. Some other trophies on him, some claws, orc piece belt here as well. Very interesting looking. Probably vehicles and monsters, so probably pretty good against those. Looks like he can lead Chthonian Berserkers, or Chthonian Berserks, into battle. Up next, we have a Tyranid Prime with Lash Whip. Has the Lash Whip, a Rending Claw, and a pair of Scything Talons, so should be pretty good in close combat. I imagine some of those are additional attacks, where you get to actually make use of those, as opposed to picking a choice between all of those. I would imagine you choose between the Lash Whip or Rending Claw, and then the Scything Talons are probably like additional number of attacks. But it looks pretty good. I like the little Tyranid piping terrain here, where it's sort of like Tyranid corrupted, but looks like it's also a pipe. Very interesting. And we also get Prince Yriel, who looks pretty good with the unhelmeted head, I will admit. I do normally prefer helmets, and that is no different here, but before I looked at the helmet version, I was like, oh, that actually looks pretty solid for a hero for the Eldar, but this looks so much better in my opinion. Really, you are free to, of course, build him however you like, but that helmet actually looks really cool. Kind of reminds me, for some reason, of the Dark Elves from Warhammer Fantasy, for some reason. I don't quite know why. Maybe it's the angles here. He is the High Admiral of the Aeldari Fleet, which is a nice new miniature. I think he had an old one in resin. He has a bionic eye, apparently, the Eye of Wrath. So maybe like a pistol. Maybe it's got a shot, so it's like a pistol or a blast weapon. Would be interesting. And then he has his Cursed Spear of Twilight, which is a crone sword. Very cool looking model. Has his 2 tactical rocks, so that's how you know he's very important. Oh, actually, I like the little face here on his knee pad. And it looks like he may have either daggers or pistols or maybe some sort of sword there with his shield here. This actually looks pretty cool. I'd be half tempted to pick this guy up. You also get Karseth, who is a warlock, sort of bug-like helmet with the big eye panel here. Nice looking staff. Corsair Skyweavers. These look like swooping hawks, but more pirate themed. Look very nice. They do keep that in the official paint scheme. They keep the nice swooping hawk alternating color scheme. They look nice. Nice blend between Dark Eldar and normal. Very cool. I like the swords, actually. Those look pretty cool. So it looks like for this kit, you get a variety of options. You get a shredder, blaster, fusion gun, and a flamer. And you can build one as a Felarch, which I presume is their captain. You get interchangeable wing backpacks, a variety, 15 heads for 5 models. Wow, okay. That's cool. That's a nice addition. And an updated Viper, which is one of the classic miniatures. I actually think I have a really old version of this. Looks really good. Keeps the Eldar aesthetics. I mean, the Eldar aesthetics have looked good for decades now. Obviously, some of the kits needed updates, but aesthetically, they've looked really good, and they just more of the same. Looks really nice. Fits the existing Eldar line really well. Still maintains that Eldar look. Looks really good. And I have a lot to say on this one. Looks like it can have a underslung missile launcher, shuriken cannon, and a bright lance scatter laser or star cannon. And you can also build it as a star fang for the Corsairs, which has a different loadout of disintegrator cannon and an underslung grenade launcher. I suspect if you like some of these, you could probably fit them onto this since it's just a different turret. if you prefer a different view. Should be relatively easy to swap them out. I will say that Corsair paint scheme looks really nice. That's a really nice looking paint scheme. And up next, we have Corsair Void Weavers with, looks like a unit of 10, Shuriken Pistol and Power Sword, or Shuriken Rifles. It looks like they only show the Shuriken Pistols, and then you get some alternate options on a couple of these, but this one may be a rifle. Looks like you get some variety of equipment here that I don't list it all out here on the preview. But these look great. I mean, the Eldar look really good, so. Ooh, okay. We also have some Chaos available. Red Corsair Reeve Captain to go along with the recently released Huron Blackheart and the other Red Corsairs. This looks really good for Chaos. So I have no interest in this, but I know people who like Chaos stuff, and this looks really good. Obviously, has his tactical rock. The Red Corsair stuff looks pretty cool. I like the mace. That's different. Looks like electricity in there, maybe warp power. Optional assembly as well, so you can have a couple different heads, a couple different backpacks, although I don't know why you wouldn't go for this big one. I guess if you already built one. Looks good. Looks like you can get some pistols and a sword as opposed to the mace and pose. Looks nice. Some standalone Red Corsair Raiders. These were in their start collecting, which might have been limited. I don't remember offhand. Smoke grenade. Oh, that's interesting the way they attach that. I like that. That's actually pretty cool with that smoke grenade there, where how it's, they're using the smoke to connect it, but it's already fired there. So we have the Red Corsairs as well. You get an upgrade sprue with some nice shoulder pads, a few chain swords, it looks like, some extras for your models, and a transfer sheet, as well as some heads. Looks pretty good. You get Red Corsairs and Corsair dice. So we also get a new combat patrol for our Aeldari Corsairs with Karseth, 10 Void Reavers, 5 Sky Reavers, and a Wave Serpent. Also a combat patrol for Red Corsairs with the Chaos Space Marine Rhino, some Beastmen, Corngors, I think they are, and Felgors, Ravagers, and then your Red Corsairs. That feels a little worse than this one. This one feels better, although I'm not sure. Maybe it's... this tank, I think, looks a little better. This one seems, on the face of it, like it's a little better than this one. So we also have a Combat Patrol Night Lords, also with a Rhino. This comes with the Nemesis Claw Kill Team, as well as a squad of Chosen, and then a Chaos Lord with Jump Pack, all here nicely painted up as Night Lords. I do like the Night Lords Kill Team. It's got some really cool looking stuff on it. So that is also available. There's also a Combat Patrol for Kroot to go along with your Tau heroes. So you have the Kroot Lone Spear, 3 Krootox Rampagers, a Krootox Rider, and then the Farstalker Kinband from Kill Team in here. Additionally, we have some returning Middle-earth strategy battle game miniatures. So we have the Assault on Weathertop. We have the Weathertop Terrain. We have the Fellowship. We have the... I forget what this one's called, but it's the Encounter with Boromir. We have at Amon Hen. This is Amon Hen. And then we have the 3 Hunters, the Old Sculpt. These are made to order, and there are some scenarios if you have the Amon Hen and Weathertop that you can download for free if you wish to play those scenarios. Then there's also White Dwarf issue 522 for Corsairs, which might be good. I find the White Dwarfs are a little too expensive these days, but it is here if you are interested. They often have some really nice articles in there, as well as some painting tips. So if you are interested, by all means, check it out. Additionally, we have some Black Library, Carcharodon's, I probably mispronounced that, Carcharodon's Void Exile, and then some Warhammer Plus things. I will not play the video for the sake of time, but there are some Trazen's Tesseract Trials, some Lore Masters, and Painting Desk, and that is all that is for this week's pre-orders. A little late because I was sick this week, so let me know down below if you are interested in any of these. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.